on. And what I'm going to do is I am going to walk you guys through my power hour and kind of what I do. And is anybody, this is their very first like power hour they've ever been on? Anybody? Maybe Tammy. Okay, there's a few of you. All right, I like it. Okay, so here's the scoop. I don't like to say an hour because it's really not a power hour. It takes longer than an hour to do the business basics. I mean, if we can just be really honest with you, but if you can find these like pockets throughout the day, and I don't want to say like you have to do all of these things at one time, but what I'm going to walk you through tonight is like, if you are here to build a business and you are like, I need to make income, I need to hit Success Club, I need to advance my business forward, and I want to be really intentional about the way that I do it. These are the things that you want to do every single day. All right. And so just to kind of give you a little bit of mindset, like when I first started coaching and as I was like building in the trenches of my business, I had my vision of what I wanted to accomplish with coaching in front of me every single day. And I hope that you guys, and this was a challenge that I gave to some of my new coaches a couple of weeks ago, is I said, I want you to really think about why you became a coach. All right. And even if you have to write down at the top of a sheet of paper, like, why did I become a coach? Right. And then I want you to think to yourself, like, but why did I become a coach? Like, what is the driving force? Because when you signed up, there was a reason that you signed up to become a coach. And some of you were probably like, I'm going to crush it. I'm going to build a team. I'm going to make X amount of money. I want to pay off debt. I want to leave a job. I want to change my life. Like all of these things, right? And why were those things like things that mattered to you? There is a reason, and we always have to remember that why. And it does change. Like sometimes you realize, like as you go through seasons of your life, you notice your driving force changes. So when I first started coaching, and I would look at my vision board, it was, I wanted to earn the Success Club trip because we never took a vacation. That to you may not be something that motivates you because you're like, yeah, I take vacations every year. It's not a big deal. But to me, we didn't. Or maybe every Friday when you go to the grocery store, you have an argument with your spouse about whether or not there's enough money in there, or you swipe that debit card, and you're like, oh shit, please don't overdraft, please don't. That was me, right? And so when I was first starting to coach, I was seeing these success stories of these coaches that were paying off debt, that were taking these vacations, that were buying these dream homes. And I was like, here we are, 2 kids in a tiny townhouse, we can barely make ends meet. And so I just could see like what people ahead of me were doing. And I created a vision board for myself. So every single morning, whether the boys didn't sleep through the night, or I didn't sleep through the night, or it was a bad day or whatever, maybe I wasn't feeling great, I would visualize my goals. I would visualize, walking into the Magic Kingdom with my kids on that very first trip that I earned. I visualized walking through the doors of our very first home and what I want it to look like, the swing in the backyard. So for you guys, it may be totally different. You're all at different points in your life. But what is going to drive you to do the work when you don't feel like it? And so we all have to have that vision. And I encourage you to create a visual. So whether it's printing pictures off and making a collage, mine's behind me, I have it framed behind me, or on a piece of poster board, but you look at it every day. And then I encourage you to, in your journal, write that, why did I become a coach? What is my why? What is the why that propels me into action? And every morning you read it. And if it doesn't evoke like, I have to do this, then you have to dig a little deeper. Okay. And you have to keep asking yourself, but why? Why do I? And for some of you, it may not be money. It might be significance. It might be recognition. It might be every one of us is different in the way that we work. But every day when you sit down to do your business, you've got to be in that mindset of, I know why I'm here. I know why the work that I do matters, and I'm going to crush it. All right. And so that for me, like for all of you, that has to just be, and we have to work at that. It's not something that every day is going to come easy. I promise you, there are going to be days where you like have to, muscle through it because it's going to be hard, but it's always worth it on the other side. All right. So before I sit down to do my work, I always make sure I'm in a good mindset. because there is nothing worse than sitting down and being like, yeah, everybody's going to say no. Yeah, everybody's going to give me the price objection. Yeah, nobody wants to, I don't know what to post about. So if you have that kind of an attitude, you're going to have to turn on some music. You have to have a little dance party. You're going to have to maybe look yourself in the mirror and say, I am freaking awesome. Everybody wants to join my team. I'm a super attractor. I'm attracting the right people. You know, like, you got to get yourself in the right frame of mind. Then I sit down to do my work. Okay. So now we know our why. We're in a positive frame of mind. And if you're in a crappy mindset and you have the ability to come back, give yourself a few minutes to get yourself in the right mindset and come back. Okay. I also suggest that if you're the kind of person that like is exhausted at the end of the night and you can't form complete sentences by the time you get to the evening, do not wait to do these things at night. Okay. Don't, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to go, I'll just do extra tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you're like, ah, crap, I'll just do extra the next day. No, no more of that. That does not get you to where you want to be. All right. So learn to discipline yourself, right, to do these things first. And that was the way that I would mindset first thing in the morning. All right. So now moving forward, I get out my tracker, or if you don't like the Success Club system tracker, does anybody like hate this thing and like really hates using it? Chris? Okay. So you can be honest if you hate it. Like, she's like, I raise it high. That's okay. But do you have a sheet of paper somewhere? Oh, you have it. Even though you hate it, you have it. Okay, good. So, but you do it, right? We have to have some sort of way to track, because otherwise we don't actually know if it's like our nutrition. So we have to have something. So whatever's going to work for you. But I always say that number 2, do you see number 2? You know how at the top part, number 1, does anybody not know where this sucker is at? If you don't know where this is at, it's in I see some of you have it, good. If you go into the Coach Online Office and you click on training, and then it's under Getting Started and Success Club System, it's the Success Club System Tracker is what it's called. Okay, you can download it. Some of the girls have like 52 printed. So like for an entire, and then they took it and got it bound. Yeah, right. Love it. I love you guys. I love it. You're on it. So this is what you want to do. But number 2, this is like this is your income producing activities. Okay. So this is where we're going to talk tonight. Everybody's working out and drinking Shakeology. That's just a part of what we do. It's like requirement to become a coach. Okay. So that's an easy check. That doesn't go in your business building time. Down here at the bottom, like where it says engage in personal development, that doesn't happen in your power hour either, or your business building time. That's like when you're driving in the car, you're taking a walk, or you're getting dressed for the day, you're listening to audio, right? Or you're reading at a different point in the day. Our business building time, these are the things where we're like typing and we're talking to people. So what we're going to do is, and it says right there, 1 hour and 40 minutes. And for many of us, our business happens in pockets. So you may say to yourself, okay, I'm going to set the timer on my phone. And for the next 10 minutes, I am going to connect and I am going to add followers, initiate connections with as many people as I can. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through how I do that. And then I'm plugging something in. So you tell me whether you're a Facebook or you're an Instagram person. I want you just to put it in the chat bar and kind of tell me what you are. Okay. Facebook or Instagram? Instagram. Hi, Anita. It's good to see you on here. IG. Okay, cool. All right. Facebook, perfect. I was a Facebook girl at the beginning too. Facebook and Instagram, cool. I love it. Okay, so I, every single day, always make sure that I have some sort of poll up in my Instagram stories, right? Or my Facebook stories, or I have some sort of post that I can like initiate connections off of. That's one thing we're going to talk about right now. The second thing is I go looking for people. So we're going to walk through both of those. And I'm actually going to share my screen with you so that you can see how I do this as I go through the process. Okay, so fix screen. So it's on my phone. Ooh, I look really bad. All right. And QuickTime Player. Perfect. Okay, can you guys see my phone screen? Can you see my phone screen up there? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is, and just my phone screen. That's the only thing you can see, right? It's just my phone screen. Or can you see all my crap in the background too? God, I'm so sorry that you can see all of that crap. Let's see if I can fix it because it's a lot. It's very, let's do this. How about now? Is that better? Can you just see my phone or can you still see the crap? You can still see the crap or it's good. Okay, good. All right. I just didn't want it to be too visually crazy. So we're going to go to Instagram and I'm going to say, all right, it is whatever time it is, 8:13. And I am going to, my goal is to initiate connections and add followers. All right. So one of the ways I do this is how many of you have like a favorite author that you follow? Or do you have a food blogger or a person that does organization that you like on Instagram? Like, you know, what are your interests outside of Beachbody, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to have one of those people that you follow. So one of my coaches today, she was showing me this person, right? She's like, I follow her, the Birds Papaya. She's like, you know, she shows her stretch marks. She's an awesome person, you know, and she goes, so I really like engaging with her, right? So what she does, and I'm actually going to do one that I would do. I'm going to do, trying to think of who is somebody that I really, really like. Okay, I'm going to do Sarah Centrella. Let me see if I can find her. There. Okay, so she's an author and she wrote this book called Future Boards, right? And so I like her. I think she's awesome. I love what she does. So what I'm going to do is I'm not trying to recruit Sarah, but I bet that Sarah has a lot of people on her grid or feed that would be people I would want to engage with. All right. So I'm going to click on Sarah's post. Now there's 869 people that like that, but I'm going to actually go through and I'm going to read belief doesn't just exist in us. It's something we allow and nurture constantly. So I'm going to go down through and I'm going to actually read her post, right? And I'm going to say it's a skill set, it's a practice, and it works. If you don't know how to do this on your own, learn, I'll teach you. Okay, she's talking about a master class here. I don't want to comment on that one. Let's read this. Okay, so this one says Rome, Italy. I have been there. I know exactly where that place is, right? And she is talking about pictures, passion, keep dreaming, lockdown. I look forward to Saturday because it's dedicated to my passion and joy, travel dreams, keep dreaming. So I'll usually look at her, the comments is what I do. And sometimes, honestly, I will look and say, nope, there isn't anything here. So I wonder if these are going to be a lot of business people. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go to Jenny. This is always the one I use. Alan, I like her. She's an author. She wrote the book, Get Out of Your Head. She's a Christian author. And so her post might actually be one that I would want to go to. So as soon as it pops up, come on. Okay, one of the things that made me a little crazy in the season, it feels like the days are long, but accomplish a third of what I used to do. It might be the homeschooling amount of people that need to eat, or I'm just not as driven. I think our expectations of ourselves need to adjust a bit. So for the last week, instead of noticing how unproductive I am, I started noticing and celebrating all I did and accomplished. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, all I have to say is when waking up and making a little list, and it's been fun. Each day I celebrate small wins. So do you want to play this week? That is awesome. So what were 3 small wins over the weekend? I am actually going to comment. Okay, so I'm going to engage in her content. So 3 small wins were I cleaned my pantry. We played a game as a family and the kids didn't end up fighting, and Matt and I had a makeshift date night on Saturday, right? Done. So I'm going to comment. Now, I wish I could see the rest of the post, but for some reason, it's like not moving very fast. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a comment on an account that I genuinely am interested in, right? And then I'm going to look at all of the comments underneath of that comment. And I am going to engage with the people that are engaging with Jenny Allen. Why? Because they're people that I would genuinely want to connect with. We have something in common. We both like the same author. We both probably, if we're following Jenny Allen, struggle with anxiety in some way, shape, or form. So I wish that my comments would show up so I could show you, but I'm engaging with her people. So I will find somebody's comment and I'll read it and I'll comment back. Then I will go to that person's page. I'll look and see, are they somebody I would genuinely want to connect with? If so, I'm gonna look at their stories, okay? If I can comment on something in their stories, because then it'll show up directly as a DM, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna like a few of their pictures and I'm gonna leave a genuine comment. Basically, I've like put myself out there in their face enough that they're gonna get enough notifications to be like, who's this Melanie girl? And hopefully they'll come over to my page and check out my page. All right. So that's a connection. That's initiating a connection. So what I'm going to do is for 10 straight minutes until that timer goes off, I'm going to do as many of those as I can do. So it's quick. You're trying to be as quick as you can. All right. So here we go. All those comments came up and I'm just going to go down through and say, began cleaning out the loft. Okay. Finished a puzzle, went with the walk with 5 boys, came home with all 5. LOL. That sounds like my life, but I only have 2 boys. You are a saint. Okay, that's a genuine comment, right? There was nothing fake about what I just said, right? It was genuine, posted. Now I'm gonna go down through as soon as that posts and I'm gonna go on to the next. Does that make sense how I do that? So timer, as fast as you can do it for 10 minutes. If you have more time, great. If you don't, then you kind of just stop there. All right. So I could go over to her page. Hopefully she's not a creepy person. I wish this was moving a little faster so that I can show it to you better. Let me try to join a different network and see if it works. If this bottoms out, just hang. Follow every single person. And I usually, it depends. Like if I really like the person, I'm going to follow them. Sometimes I'll just like and comment and see if they'll follow me back. But if you follow somebody, then they show up in your feed and you can really just keep going, right? Like you could keep interacting with them as they pop up. Yeah, I follow Jenny Allen because I want her to pop up in my feed. Okay. All right. So went for a walk, did some homework, made myself dinner. So I can just go down through. I can heart people. I did the dishes, ran my furthest distance, did the laundry, cooked meals, took a social distancing walk with a friend, did the same thing with my mom, and it was awesome. All right. So I'm just going down through and I am doing some interaction. Okay. So that's it. And I wish that these would show up, but they're like not showing up. But this is basically what I'm going to do for those 10 minutes. If you have more time, you can do more. But connections are important. We can't expect for people just to always come to us. We really have to get out there and interact and get people to come over to us. So we're really trying to say, okay, I'm going to attract people to me. All right, another way that you can add connections and followers is through searching hashtags. So one of the things that I will do is I will search, like I could go to Jenny Allen's page and look at the hashtags she is using and click on those. Or I could look at the hashtags I'm using and search those. So this was that Marcy Smart that I just left a comment on. She looks kind of cool. So this is kind of what I've done. Little story, tonight's dinner. That looks gross. I'm definitely not going to comment on that. But if it looks really good, I would probably like send her a message and say like, that looks amazing. Frozen fruit. Gosh, so annoying that this is not working. This is not working the way I want it. No, we're not doing cabbage. What's this? So she's more of a blogger. Oh, Zoom cooking class. That looks awesome. All right. So anyways, these are just examples of things I would do. All right. Okay. So I know mine, I hate when this happens. So initiate, connections, add followers, as many as you can in a short period of time. Now we're going to move on to the next one. So every day I'm just going to unplug this because I feel like it's wasting our time. So what I'm going to do is now I need my post of the day. For me, I don't know about you guys, but I'm most creative in the morning. So even if I'm not going to do my post early in the morning, I'm still going to get it ready to go. And if I'm going to post it at night, fine. But every single day, you need to have a post up on your Instagram or your Facebook. Okay? Every day. Every day. I feel like I need to like say it like that because there is like something that is not connecting with people because I'm like, you have to post every day. So, and the reason why you have to post every day is consistency. What you do every single day adds up over time. Now, if you're like, but Melanie, I just don't know what to post. It's like exercising. We have to work that muscle. We have to work at it. It's unnatural for us. So I want you just to say to yourself, I can always post my Sunday planning and prep. Okay. It forces me to meal plan because I know I need to make a post about it. So every Sunday I'm going to do it. All right. Maybe it's your planning. Then Monday, maybe it's like you come up with your own themes. Never miss a Monday. Ooh, Stacia, you are drinking out of a water cup right now. You know what you can post about tomorrow? Water. How much water should you drink every single day, right? You could talk about half your body weight in ounces of water tomorrow. You could show your favorite water glass. You could talk about the ways that you flavor your water and things you put in there to make it more interesting, all right? Maybe the next day you are gonna talk about, mindset, and you talk about modification, how, you know what, sometimes, even though you can't maybe do all the push-ups, at least you're doing the push-ups. You're doing them on your knees. It's better than not at all. And you have to tell yourself, like, I'm doing a good job, right? And maybe it's like you're going to talk about mindset, about showing up for you. Maybe Thursday is going to be your throwback Thursday. And every Thursday you post your side-by-side of your transformation of where you're at in the process, like day 1 to day 7, or day 1 to day 14, day 1 to day 21. All right. And maybe that's every Thursday you do that. Maybe Friday night is cooking with the kids. And every Friday night you do a family friendly like meal. And it's like homemade pizza or tacos or something, right? And so you can create your own routine, but every single day there has to be something going up on your feed. And I really want you to get in the habit of, most of the time, it's your face. Okay, it's your body, it's you in the picture, because so many of us hide behind motivational quotes and pictures of our food and randomness. But if you study every single top coach out there, what do you see? Their face. You see their face. You see them. Okay, so I want you to get in that habit of saying, yeah, this makes me feel real uncomfortable, but it's the only way I'm going to be successful. So I'm going to learn how to do it. Okay. So I want you to trust me on this a little bit. It's okay to have food pictures every once in a while and motivational quotes, but I want to make sure that people really get that connection with you too. So every day we make a post. So I got up this morning and I made my post. So my post this morning on my Facebook and my Instagram, it talked about something that somebody said to me last night. Actually, I got it like 3 times in my inbox. I got the message of, I'm so overwhelmed and my life is so chaotic right now that I can't even find the time for myself. Like, I don't even know how I could fit it in. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Because you can find the time to watch, 20 minutes of soap operas or scroll social media for 20 minutes. I know you can work out, right? And so I literally took what somebody said and I was like, my life is so busy and chaotic, I'm not even sure where I would even begin to find the time to work out and eat healthier. That was my first sentence, right? And it was a picture of me sitting on the ground after my workout. And then I talked about when I was first starting my business, or maybe this is you right now. And I gave tips. So I talked about me, and then I gave advice for how I've been able to find the time to work out. Okay. And then at the end, all I did was say go time. Okay. So it was very direct. It was a piece of advice. You could see that I worked out. If you went up to my stories, you would see my workout post of the day, right? And so now here I am. I can check that off the box that I did my post, but now I can invite from that. So now what I'm going to go down through is I am going to look at every single person that liked or commented on that post. And as a new coach, don't get discouraged if you're like, nobody is commenting on my stuff. That sometimes happens, so that's okay. But if somebody comments on your post, you always want to comment back. Okay, so, I had somebody that said, I needed that today, so I'm going to click the little heart. I have somebody else that commented, I already commented earlier. So I'm going to go down through and I'm going to read every single one. Okay. So now after I read every one and I respond, I watched your IGTV yesterday and you fired me up. Have an amazing week. Okay. So I'm going to say, thank you so much. And then I'm going to ask a question. How did your Monday go? Did you get a workout in? Okay, so I am going to try to keep the conversation going in my comments, because every single time somebody comments on your post and then you comment back with a question, it prompts them to respond again. What that does is it says, oh, Instagram algorithm, this post must be of importance. There is multiple comments happening. There's conversation happening. Let me show it to more of Melanie's followers. Let me show it to the explore page of people that might like her. So you're in your mind, you're always saying, can I keep the conversation going maybe just a little bit longer? All right. So instead of just saying, thank you, I'm glad I inspired you, say, awesome, I'm so glad I inspired you. How was your day today? Did you get a workout in, right? How are your kids doing? If you know the person, your goal is to, or if somebody says, send me more information, you comment and you say, hey, I'm going to send you a DM. Let me know if you get it. So now they have to comment back. Yes, I got your DM. Does that make sense? Another thing you want to do, make sure you go down through and you like every single, you know how you can do the little heart besides Instagram? Every single one, you want to heart that. Why? Because it sends Steph a message that I just liked her, or that, I liked her comment. What do people do when that happens? They're like, oh, Melanie just liked it. Let me go watch her updated stories. Oh, let me go see if she posted anything else today. All right. So then it brings them back to your page again. So once you go down through and you have commented on every single person's stuff, then I'll show you what's next. So I don't know if you guys have any of these, but I want you to do it right now. Do you guys have any that you can sit there and comment on? Okay, so how do you schedule? I can do that one later. Sounds like a combo we're having today. Going down through, got it. Liking all of them. Okay, now I'm gonna look at the comments and I see, okay, here's Erin. And earlier today, I had sent Erin a message, and I am going to just message Erica back, and I'm going to say, hey, Erica, saw your comment on my post. Hope you had a great Monday. Did you get a chance to look over the stuff I sent you? Because I actually sent her a share cart. Let me know what you thought. Right. And then I'm just going to send that. And then I'm going to go back to that post and I'm going to look at the next person. I don't know. Oh, this person, I'm here for it. I'm going to message her. And this one girl commented on my post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send her a message and I'm going to say, hey, thanks so much for commenting on my post. And then I'm going to say to her, just wanted to also extend an invite to my next accountability group if you would be interested. I would love to connect. Okay, so I'm going to send that to her, hit send. All right, go to the next person and see who else is on there. This girl is private. So this Jody is private. but I'm going to send her a message anyways. Okay. And I'm going to say, hey, Jody, thanks so much for the comment on my post today. Hope you're having a good Monday. Wanted to reach out and invite you to my next accountability group. Okay, would you be interested? Interested in more info? Okay, done. All right, moving on. So once I've done all of those comments, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the likes. So maybe you have 10 likes on that post. All right, you're going to click on the likes so they all pop up. Then you're going to go down through without even judging. Okay, I don't want you to judge. I don't want you to be like, oh, that's Jennifer from work. Oh, I shouldn't message Jennifer from work. No, we're going to message Jennifer from work. Okay, she liked your post. All right, Jennifer from work. And be like, hey, Jennifer, how you doing? Are you hanging in there? Miss seeing your face at work every day, right? You're going to say, thanks so much for liking my morning post this morning. How are you holding up? Hey, random, but have any interest in joining my online accountability group? I would love to connect through there. I think it would be so much fun. Let me know if you need a little extra accountability. Have a great Monday. Send. How easy was that? Don't think about it. Now we're going to go down through. And if you like the next person, maybe the next person is Sarah. Sarah lives 5 doors down from you down the street. Hey, Sarah, how's quarantine life going? Right? Saw you liked my post this morning. Just wanted to reach out and invite you and see if you'd be interested in joining my support and accountability group. We're getting ready to start these bod groups. They're going to be awesome. It's a cool new way that we're keeping each other accountable, online. Let me know if it's something you're interested in. Send. Got it? How many of those could you do in like 10 minutes? That's your invites. So now I've gone through my comments, I've gone through my likes, and the third place I'm going to go is to my stories. So I intentionally created a poll in my stories last night so that I would have something to invite to today. So every 24 hours in my stories is an invite to coaching or an invite to a challenge group. Every 24 hours without fail. You should never have a time where there isn't something in there because we're always inviting. Okay. So last night I kind of did like an Instagram story. And so I basically said to people, okay, our next challenge group begins prep week on the 27th and then May 4th. And then I said, it said, send me the details and I need this ASAP. Those were the 2 polls. So then on your polls, when you that's the Instagram story, when you just swipe your finger up, you can see who voted. Okay. Then I just click on send me the details. These were the people that said, send me the details. And then I start wading through them. Now, some of them are bots. Some of them are random spam, right? I just ignore it. So I go down and I look for the people that are actually real. So this girl, she's actually real. I'm going to click on her page and then I am going to click message and then I am going to send her a message. Okay. So her name's Chanel. So, hey, Chanel, thanks so much for voting on my poll about my upcoming group. I would love to send you the details. Can you tell me a little more about yourself and what interests you in my group? Hope to hear from you soon. Melanie. Okay. Now I'm just going to select all and hit copy because there are a few of them there. Okay. Copy. And then I'm going to hit send. And then I'm just going to swipe my finger. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the next person. Ryan, I'm not going to invite you. You're a guy. All right. Now I'm going to go down to the next one. And I'm going to go to this girl. And then I'm gonna go over, she's a real person. She's not already a Beachbody coach. So I'm gonna go to hers. And then as soon as it pops up, all I'm gonna do is I know what her first name is. So I'm gonna say, hey, so-and-so, paste, send. Does that make sense? Going on to the next, all right? Then I'm gonna go and I'll go down through each of those on each one. Done, okay? Then the one thing I do is I go over to my messages after I send the messages, and then I make sure that I favorite those people. You see how you can add that little like flag there at the top, like in your, so I'll flag all the people that I sent a message to, because you can sort by your flags. So that way I can easily do my follow-ups based on who's flagged. So if you're having a conversation with somebody and they ask you about a challenge group, you can just click that flag so you know to come back to them. All right, okay. So I've done all of those people. Now I'm not done yet because I created other opportunities for myself to have conversations today. See, that's why you always got to be thinking. So then I went for a walk today. And while I was on the walk, I was like, gosh, I wonder what people do for stress relief. And it was just me. It was like a boomerang of like the ground, and I was walking and I talked about like, I love to take an afternoon walk and that's how I do stress relief. And then I did like a quiz. I was like, what do you do? Do you take a walk? Do you meditate? Do you call a friend? Do you listen to music? And so now I can actually go down through everybody that filled that out and I can message them. So I could say, call a friend, meditate, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go to the one that says, you know, meditate, and I'm gonna go to each person and I'm gonna send them a message, all right? And I'm gonna say, oh my gosh, I do the same thing. I use the Simple Habit app. Have you ever tried that, right? Starting a conversation with every single person, all right? I'm gonna go through each option, call a friend. I'm gonna say, thanks so much for, you know, filling out my quiz today about being stressed. You know, I definitely always take a walk or meditate, like, you know, and I'm just going to comment, genuine comment. So even if that's 20 people that filled out that quiz today, that's 20 new conversations that you're having with somebody. All right. So that's another thing that I'm going to sit here and do because I want to create just as much conversation as I can. Okay. Whew. It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. But here's the thing. I haven't been scrolling Facebook. I'm not scrolling Instagram. I'm not looking at everybody else's Instagram stories. We've just been sitting here for 40 minutes, just in our inbox, head down, talking to people, right? Having conversations. Like this is what it's all about. It's like, how many people can I talk to? All right. Okay. Now let's do follow-ups. So I always go to that my flagged people is what I do. Or number two, if I send people a share cart, I write them down. So they're written down in my planner or on a sheet of paper. So I know who the people are that I sent a share cart to. And so tonight I'm going to sit down and I'm going to look at my list and I'm going to say, okay, I actually did that one follow-up when we were just talking, you know, with that one girl that I said I sent a share cart to, but I'm actually going to go through everybody from last week until now, because I haven't done any follow-ups over the weekend. And I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to go down through and I'm going to go to every single person and I'm going to say, all right, Chris, hey, Chris, you know, I sent you that share cart on Sunday, or I sent you that cart on Sunday. You know, my group is getting ready to kick off. I only have a few spots left. Is this something you're still interested in? Let me know either way. If you have any questions, I want to make sure you get a spot in my group. Okay, done. Check. I did a follow-up. Now I'm going to go to the next person. All right. You know, Carrie and I, we were chatting last night about her health and fitness goals. I never heard back from her. Let me go back to Carrie. Hey, Carrie, just wanted to follow back up. You know, hope you had a great Sunday with the family. I know we were chatting about your goals, and then I'm going to ask her another question, right? I'm going to say, like, you mentioned how much you struggle with emotional eating. I do too. This is a few things that help me, and I'm going to offer some advice. And I'll be like, you know, I don't know if any of those would work for you, but they've really worked well for me. And so I'm going to try to just like re-engage that conversation again. All right. Then I'm going to go on to the next person. You know, hey, Lynn, I sent you that information last night, you know, about the 10 rounds program. Did you get a chance to look at it? Is it something you want to do? If not, I've got plenty of other options. So just let me know. Done. moving on to the next. So it's like bam, bam, bam. We're just moving through the process, okay? Once we're done with all the follow-ups, and this is a common question I get, is how many times do you actually follow up with people? I follow up until they tell me to take them off the list. All right. And that actually doesn't very rarely ever happen. But let's say like I'm starting a challenge group on the 26th or the 27th. So I am going to make sure that I follow up this week, right? Like at least 3 or 4 times until that challenge group kicks off. And then maybe I'll wait a little bit. And then the next time I talk about my next challenge group, I'm going to go back to all those people that didn't purchase and re-invite them again and re-follow up with them. Got it? Okay. So I just kind of keep track of all my people, you know, in my little notebook. I kind of keep track of everybody that I'm talking to. Okay. But I don't add them to my list until I've actually sent them information about a challenge group. If I'm just connecting with them, I'm not really writing them down as like an invite. Invite is when you actually say, want to join my challenge group, or they come to you and say, I want to know more about your challenge group. All right. Okay. So we've done social media. We've done respond to new likes and comments. We've done invite. We've done follow-ups. Let's talk about stories. How many of you are like, stories are my nemesis? I hate doing stories. Couple. All right. So your goal as a new coach, let's just say 5 to 7 every single day. All right. 10 is good. You don't need to have 100. So if you see people that are like, how the heck, they must have no life. They're on their stories all day long. They're overdoing it, right? So I don't know, there's like a sweet spot, right? Where it's not too much where, you know, but it's enough. So every day in your stories, and I do like the business activity tracker for this, daily life. I want you to look through your stories right now. Is there anything in your stories about your daily life? Oh yes, I took a walk. Check. Okay. All right. Let's see. Workout clips. Did you do a workout clip today? Oh, yep. Did that. Check. Okay. Let's see. Product use. No brand name shown. Oh, crap. I didn't do that today. All right. What can I come up with? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to put my cup out. I'm going to put my Energize out, right? I'm going to sit it all on the counter, and then I'm going to, there we go. And then maybe, you know, you lay your headband and your watch out, and then you talk about like your routine about getting up in the morning and getting yourself prepared and ready to go. Crap. Yeah, we can check that off. All right. Or how many of you did a workout today and you're like, I'm going to be so sore tomorrow. If you have the Recharge, you could drink Recharge tonight and talk about muscle soreness and how Recharge helps with that. And you could do that before you go to bed tonight, and then you can check that off the box. Or if you're West Coast time and you maybe haven't drank your shake yet, you still got time. Oh, the last one would be Shakeology mug cake. So let's say you're like having a major sweet tooth tonight and you're like, I really need something sweet. I can make a Shakeology mug cake, take a picture of that, and I could talk about cravings in my stories tonight. All right, there. I gave you plenty enough ways that you can share a product before you go to bed. Got it? Okay. Meal prep. So there's a lot of times where I will take pictures of my food and then not post it right away because I want to enjoy the meal with my family. So let's say you do breakfast, you do lunch. One of the cool things that I do is when you do like upload a picture. So let's just go to a picture of food that I took. I want to show you this because I like this little feature. I don't know if you guys know about this. Okay, let's see. All right, let's just say, all right, so this one was, pizza's not really a good example, is it? Okay, gosh, it's been a few days since I took food pictures. Actually, I cleaned off my phone. I deleted it. Here we go. Okay, so this one is, we did meatloaf. I don't know if any of you saw my stories about how much my kids hated meatloaf, but we did meatloaf last week. So when I upload the photo, I can swipe to the right, add a little bit of a filter to it. Then I'm going to click on the top, you know, see that little piece of paper there? So I'm going to click on that little piece of paper and I am going to click on GIFs. Okay. Now, when I click on the GIFs, I'm going to write in 21-day fix. And when you write in 21-day fix, all these little GIFs pop up and the containers pop up. Maybe not. Where did they go? There they are, containers. 21 day, I lied, fix containers. There they are, type in fix containers. Then I'm gonna take the red container, click on it, and I'm gonna put it right over my meat, all right? Then I did green beans, so I'm gonna click it again, and I'm gonna do green container. I'm gonna stick that right over my green beans. Then we had a sweet potato, or baked potato, so then I'm gonna do yellow, and I'm gonna put that over my yellow. Or I could just put it at the top there, like in a row, right? And I could show people, see how it's kind of like blinking across the top, and then I can add some words and say, here is an example of a, you know, portion fix dinner. Definitely not skimpy on the portions and totally full of flavor, right? And so now I've given people an example of what I eat, and I can post that, okay? You can do that with snacks. That's a simple, easy way to do your food. Now we can check that off the box, food. All right, done. An invitation or call to action. So this is one that I find that people, again, don't do every day, but is really a big difference maker. So I always find that it's challenging for new coaches to navigate like Canva and all those apps to make all these like stories, Instagram stories. And you can kind of go down a rabbit hole and spend way too much time doing that stuff. So here's what we're going to talk about. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to just record our face. All right. I don't know if you're comfortable doing that, but this is one of the things that I kind of like to do. So I'll just like hang out here and say, and it kind of gives you like a 30-second countdown. Hey guys. All right. Happy Monday night. I am just hanging out here. I just got done tallying up my food for the day. One of the things that I'm doing with my challengers this week is we're just really dialing in nutrition, because everybody has been saying how much they're just struggling with, you know, overeating, carbs, and late night snacking, and a lot of emotional eating. And so we're keeping each other accountable. And that's one of the things that I do as a fitness coach and that I can help you guys with. So if you're really struggling with this and you need some extra accountability, you're in luck, because we are actually kicking off a brand new feature called BOD groups. And my next group is actually starting next Monday. So if you want all the details, I'm going to drop you a little link and you can check it out. Okay, that's it. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn up the sound. Here, I just got done tallying up so I'm just food for the day. Gonna like actually kind of narrate it a little bit, because you know some people don't listen with the sound in, right? So I'm gonna say, all right, I just got done tallying up my food, right? And then I'm gonna drag it down. Then I'm gonna go to the next one. And then I'm gonna say, do you struggle with emotional eating, late night snacking, and just stress eating right now? Okay, this would be a great place for me to throw in a poll, right? And so I can do, yes, that's totally me. Drag it down. So now I've got myself talking with a little poll. And then the third one could be, if you need extra accountability, I have you covered. All right. And then I can say, I can put the GIF there and I can go DM me, right? I can do that so that it kind of looks like that at the bottom there. Or I can say, visit the link in my bio, or I can drop a little thing that says DM me with like I could put their email in there. And then all I'm going to do is hit next, share it to my story, and send. I can check that off the box. Now that wasn't so bad, right? How many of you were like, oh my God, that just saved me an hour trying to make some pretty Canva Instagram stories, right? Check that bad boy off the box, okay? So then the last thing on here is recognition and shout outs. Now, recognition and shout out, what do I do? Well, we go into our challenge groups. We look at how many of you were on the team call today when Janelle was talking about how every time she gets an email, every time somebody gives her a good comment, every time somebody says like, I had an amazing week, I'm down 2 pounds, we're going to screenshot that bad boy. Okay. And we're going to put that in our stories. And so, or there's another, maybe it's like you go into your challenge groups. And this was something I did the other night. And I went in to my group. Actually, I just did this earlier today. So in my stories, you can see I did a screenshot of my challenger. I just screenshotted the post that she made where she talked about how much Beachbody's helped her kind of get through some personal stuff. And I whited out her name so I didn't hid her privacy. And then I talked about the best feeling in the world is knowing that the support I give to my clients is helping them transform their lives, right? And so that is like a shout out, a challenger shout out. Or if you have like a new customer that does their before photos, or you have somebody that does their before and afters, shout them out, put them in your stories. And if you don't have any yet, go into our team page and click on photos, and there are about a bajillion people that have shared their transformations. And you can use those and you can talk about like how awesome it is to be surrounded by other people that are getting results, right? And you love your job, okay? So you can pull other stories that resonate with you, then you can check it off the box. But that specific thing makes me think about every week, do I ask questions to get my challengers to share their non-scale victories? Am I asking questions to get my challengers to share things that are going well for them? Because your ability to get people to sign up with you, one of those things is, okay, I see you doing it, but are other people getting results too? And so you want to start sharing that social proof and testimonials. So you want to be collecting that as you go and sharing that, because that gets people to make a decision. Okay. All right. Now I will give you another piece of advice when it comes to invites, promoting a group, calls to action. If you have 3 customers that you want to sign up this month, you want to mentor 3 people in your challenge group. And if it's more, 5, 10, what I do is I'll go through and I'll talk and I'll do my invite, and then I'll just, on the last one, I'll go to where it says create, and then I'll type, right? And I'll say 10 rounds, whatever your challenge group name is, right? And then I will, what did I do? Move that up there. And I'll do the number thing where I'll then click it and I'll do number 1. And then I will put Sally's name in there because she just bought a challenge pack, right? And then I'll go down and I'll do number 2. And then I'll have number 3, number 4, right? And I'll just space it so they're all together. And then what I'll do is, so I kind of have it bucketed out, and then I'll just put a thing, an arrow, where it's right there. See how it kind of has an arrow? And then I'll say you next, right? And then I'll say 2 spots left. Okay. So now it sort of creates a sense of urgency for people. So now, right? So now it's two spots left. Super easy and done. All right. Another cool thing you can do is, if your challengers don't mind, is say, hey, do you mind if I shout you out in my stories for joining my accountability group? And then you could put their little picture there and say, I'm so excited. I just committed to doing 10 rounds with me starting on Monday, right? And then maybe the next slide is, are you next? But things like that, people that are on the fence that are kind of watching you, it does create that FOMO, where people are I gotta be a part of it. That looks like so much fun, right? Or, oh my gosh, she only has 1 spot left. So use some of those things in your stories, because that does get people to make that commitment too. All right. Okay. So we have crushed all of the things in that most important bucket that we need to do. All right. And these are the things that literally are going to drive your business forward. Now, If you have more time, how many of you are like, I've got more time and I could do more than just 5 invites, or I could do more than just 5 people? Then do it. Set the timer for another 10 minutes and then go through your connections again. Set the timer for another 10 minutes. Maybe the kids are in bed tonight before you and your husband start to watch a TV show. You're going to sit down, you're going to go, I'm going to invite 10 more people because I don't want to just get SC5. I want like SC10 or SC15. So you get to determine how much or how little you want to do. Okay. Depending on what your goals are, you can do more. But this really keeps you laser focused on the most important things that you need to do every single day. All right, questions. I realized that when I post right out of, let me go down, hold on. Awesome, you are, hey, Melissa. And this is the kind of stuff that honestly, you definitely absolutely want to do like early in the day. If you are the kind of person that puts it off, I want to get in the habit of saying, let's make sure we do this stuff earlier in the day. I am linked to both my personal. Over the weekend, I tried linking my business and IG together, even tried using Plan. Okay, so you want to have your account, your Instagram as a business account, but it's linked to your Instagram business, okay? Even if you're not really going to use like your Instagram business page, you're just going to use your personal page, you still need the business page to connect, to be able to have a business account. Does that make sense? All right. You want the stats, like you want the stats on your Instagram account. So you want to make it a business. All right. So that's the most important thing. Even if you're not going to, like, you want your Instagram post to go to your Facebook page, just copy and paste it because you want it to be original content on both. You don't want to have it just automatically post. Does that make sense? So we're talking about like your Instagram post, not your stories. You want to just copy and paste the same text onto Facebook, but make sure you don't have tags that would only be appropriate on Instagram because then it looks weird if it's not matching the right way. Okay. Every 24 hours in stories, you invite to a challenge group. And what was it? Coaching, or like either or. I'm either talking about Coach Life and inviting to coaching, which you're going to see me do tonight after we get done with this call, or I am talking about challenge groups of some sort or joining me. For IG, which is the best one to have, a professional or creator? So either one, you can have a business or a creator. Basically, a creator was created because you're not necessarily like a target. You're not that kind of a business, right? But an influencer like us, we would be considered a creator. So it just gives us another way to categorize ourselves. I just have mine as a business account. I don't have as a creator. Okay, so just do it as a business. Okay, let's see. Should we ask permission first before doing a screenshot? You can, Evelyn, if you want to ask. I always just wait out the name so there's no personal info, like nobody can tell who it is, but if you feel more comfortable, you can absolutely do that. Okay. All right. Live is a lifesaver. Yes. You know, if there's a way to share my IG stories to my personal, no. Yeah, no, Melissa, you can't do it. You can't do it from a business to a personal. Can't do that. Yep. And do follow-ups, right? So especially if you, and how do you grow followers on Facebook? Kim, are you still on? I'm looking to see if Kim is still there. Yeah, okay. When I do Facebook, I just go to a bunch of different ways. So if I go onto Facebook, I started like when I first signed up and I was first getting started, I was like, okay, I went to my husband's friend list and I went down all of his friends. And I was like, gosh, I forgot about this person. I went to school with them. And so I just started friend requesting people and I would do like 10 a day. Okay. But I be picky. The one thing I will say that I didn't do is I was like in friend requesting everyone, boys, girls. And I was like, oh gosh, I didn't want to attract men, right? I just wanted to attract female clients. So get smarter about choosing female clients if that's what you want. And then also make sure it's somebody, when you look at their profile or you look at their Facebook page, if you do this, that's not my person. Don't friend request them, right? So only friend request the people that you're like, oh yeah, I'd like to have you over for coffee. You seem like a normal human being. All right. So get in the habit of being choosy. On Facebook, please don't friend request Beachbody coaches. you don't want them filling up your Facebook feed. You can't, like, you just don't go there. Most Beachbody coaches are public anyway. So if you want to go and, you know, stalk them, you can just put their name into their Facebook and look them up. So that was number one. I did like my mom's Facebook, my brother's Facebook, my best friend's Facebook, my husband's Facebook, my sister-in-law, all those. I went through all the family. Then I started like jogging my memory. Oh, what about my kids? Is there like a PTO page? Yep, there sure is. Went through the PTO page of followers and friends. Oh, then I went to like our community page, started friend group. Oh, I went to my high school. I went to my college. I went to our church, right? Kids preschool list, MOPS. And so I just every day would connect with new people, right? And then the goal is with your content is to get those people to engage with you. The minute you see them viewing your stories, the minute you see them like your post, or if they they accept your request and it's somebody you just lost touch with, start a conversation with them, okay? So that's the way I would do Facebook. That's the way I've always done it. And then the other thing you can do, so you know how I did like authors, like I did Jenny Allen on Instagram? There are tons of Facebook groups. So there are groups for baseball moms. I'm in like a baseball mom group. If you just type in the search bar, you can find some groups, and I would join them. And then I would genuinely go in and interact with those people, not to sell them something, but if I go into a baseball mom group, my kids played travel baseball for the first time last year. I was like, how the heck do I get the stains out of these white pants? Boom, thousands of comments, right? New friends, comment back, posted a picture of my white pants. They gave me suggestions. I was like, you guys are the best. Thank you so much, right? And so I made these friends, and then I would friend request them because we had something in common, all right? So start thinking about your own niche on Facebook, and then you can go from there. Tammy, on Facebook, send them a friend request because it ends up in their other folder, or let them know you're sending them a message. Be like, hey, I'm going to send you a message. I have a question for you. But I usually send them a friend request and then send them a message on Facebook, especially. Yeah. Oh, that was a lot. I am sorry that I talked so fast, but there was a lot I wanted to tell you in a very short period of time. How long do you wait to friend request in the groups after you do the comment? Helen, I would give it a little bit of time. Like, I mean, if you're having a conversation back and forth with somebody and it's pretty genuine, friend request them. I mean, I don't really think there's a rule of thumb of how long. I think when it just feels right to you, you know, just don't be, yeah, you're welcome. All right, I'm done. That's all I got for you guys tonight. That was fun. This call is amazing. Good. I'm so glad it was helpful. All right, you guys, implementation is key. If you haven't checked everything off the box, promise me, pinky promise, you will do it before you go to bed tonight. All right. Okay. I love you guys. Have a fabulous evening, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.